Hello, and welcome back to Farthest Frontier. We're continuing on with our little village being set on fire immediately this morning. It's a great little thunderstorm we're having. I wanted to explore this game a little bit more because on our first look, I felt like we were just kind of gracing the surface. We had a little town up and running. We got some things happening. We got some farmland. We got some fisheries. But the city itself is really just starting to get formed. A little industrial district starting to go. So I figured, why not dive in? And our merchant has arrived with cows. Wow. But he wants to sell the cows for 1,000 gold. Now, here's a great question. He will buy my pottery. We are making pottery now, which is very fun. But not really that much. Most other things he's not really willing to buy. We do have some like crude weaponry. Tomes of knowledge. So getting these cows, even though we built this cow pen, it might be a bit more of an expensive process to actually get it going. This morning we've been talking about forms of criminal justice, and the conversation of putting people into cans has come up. Mostly we've been talking about medieval justice and how that sort of operated. Who's bringing in the pottery? Is it this guy? Looks like it might be. I do love that I can move this little bull around. If I could park him right here, honestly, I might just never get rid of him. Sitting right here by the trading post, it's like such a perfect place for this little caravan. You're missing clay. I find that hard to believe considering that there's clay right next to you. We are still struggling to actually have like coats. 340 bucks. All right. It's not bad. But when it's 1,000 bucks for the cow, it's not easy. I do have like swords, but I don't. It doesn't seem like we can sell enough of them to really make that worthwhile. What else does this guy have? Baskets, soap, gold ore, wooden planks, iron ore. He has tools. He has swords, iron, coal, heavy tools. Okay, so what's interesting is that like they actually have coal. They would be interested in buying coal. So if we could get these deep coal deposits up and running, we could probably sell coal for a tidy profit. Stem rot and powdery mildew. Buckwheat, beans, and peas. Beans, peas, buckwheat, and carrot. My God. Well, those are leeks. Those are beans. I don't know how to solve these infestations. I don't think we have any like technology for that, so. Amara, hello, good morning. 1,000 bucks, I'll give you 3 beans. I'll trade you 3 beans for that job. God, we need some like lightning rods is what we need. We planted a couple bushes down here and we've started building a little plaza around the marketplace. I'm gonna plaza kind of this whole central area here around the shrine eventually. It's a bit expensive right now. Right, we're also trying to bring clay up here to that school. So hopefully the potter doesn't just steal everything. In the north, we are building a iron mining camp so we can get this iron ore as well. And we have recently started up the work camp here, who is just kind of devouring every tree in this area. And frankly, doing pretty good at it so far. It seems like they are leaving these like bird's nests and hazelnut bushes alone, which I'm glad to see. I kind of want to just like leave. Bird's nest has been reduced replenishment due to nearby chopped trees. Yeah, see, I had a feeling that was what was going to happen with the birds. I do kind of want to leave this as a forested area anyway, so. Said that Bartholomew Chasnay, a distinguished French jurist of the 16th century, made his reputation at the bar as counsel for some rats, which have been put on trial before the ecclesiastical court of Autun. The charge of having feloniously eaten up and wantonly destroyed the barley crop of that province. He put a bunch of rats on trial? I mean, that's a pretty good play there. Oh, look at this. Now we have a cute little garden.
Need something?
Oh, I love this. Like, people will actually stop and garden as, like,
Hello.
an activity. Relax on these benches. Which I guess gives them some sort of happiness. Another merchant has arrived with cows. Also, even more expensive. Not great. Don't know how to solve that problem. We have 2 linen clothes. I am concerned because, like, we don't have a lot of clothing right now. Tusk of the Autumn Boar. Like, these artifacts are worth 2 cows. This guy will buy stones and logs. Not that I really have a lot of either of those. Tallow. You also have goats for sale. They are much more reasonably priced. And shoes. Now, here's the thing. We don't have shoes. And you're actually selling shoes for cheap. I have 64 people in my town. Oh, man. Should I spend this money on shoes? I think I should. They're cheap. I never thought about this, but clearly you can also, because you can see, like, it's like buy and stock versus like buy and transfer. So you could just, once you got enough money, just buy goods from merchants, hold on to it, and then sell it for a profit somewhere else. Like, wait for another merchant to come along. What's this telling me? Goods production. Produced, consumed. For food. I see. These graphs are starting to even out in a dangerous way. That's why we need these cows. They're the backbone of my food industry. He defended a bunch of rats on trial and he technically won? Oh, I love that even more. How do they reach him to pay for his service? I assume that's a pro bono case, you know? He came up with various reasons why they couldn't have come. Paid in cheese and grain. The court sort of gave up. That's a great way to get your volunteer hours. Let's speed this up a little bit. I keep forgetting to do that. Nice. Iron camp. So these guys will now mine iron ore, which means we can build something that requires iron ore. Now, here's my real question. Is that iron ore or is that like smelted iron blocks? My guess. That looks like it is iron ore. Or iron block. I don't know, man. Apiary, potters, weavers, candles, soap shop, charcoal kiln. Charcoal can be used instead of coal when needed. Now, the great question is, like, would this be better for me to have than a woodcutter? Is it better to burn firewood or charcoal? Another building is on fire. Blacksmiths turn iron into tools and weapons. I see. Foundrymen turn iron ore into iron ore and go. Ah, okay. So I need a foundry. So the next tech we get in 8 months. Yuck. The next tech we get, we will make some iron ore with. Cool thing is that none of our food seems to be spoiling. I can't tell if that means we're not making enough food or what the deal is. We are maxed out on... You're so close. You're so close to getting this upgrade. You did upgrade. You're a homestead. current tier 2. They need 2 types of food, 1 type of herbs, and 30 desirability. So this one just reached the level, which unlocked 1 additional slot. Yeah, that's going to be a bit tougher than I thought. But I tell you what, we also have, like, all this gold now. So we could start building some desirability decorations. A little bit at a time. Love, Death, and Robots, the episodes with rats and farmers, yeah. Second time he argued the town is covered with cats. It was too dangerous for the rats to show up to court. The court had to order the entire town to keep their cats indoors. Good luck. Good luck. Yeah, the charcoal pit consumes firewood. But I think it's like houses don't consume charcoal. Houses will only consume firewood. The charcoal is just for foundries. So the judge gave up setting another date and the trial fell through. Fun, fun. Paul, good morning. Welcome on in. Mango, also hello. It's all pemmican. 13 people. $13 people. Is this risky biz? I wish I could minimize this and check my job status right now. Well, I think we'll be building some more of these houses sooner than we anticipated. You know what? Houses were meant to also go down here. Past this church. This school. Church, school, what's the difference really, I guess? I was kind of thinking of something like that, maybe? That's a nice little district. I'd argue it needs some other things in here, but I feel like we could make that work for now. These are worth 4 each? 4, 8, with 13 new villagers. 4, 8, 12, so we're gonna need 1 more hoose. Yeah. Housing shortage. I know. The school is so close to being finished. Villager is unhappy because villagers are homeless. Well, okay, no, that makes sense. Now, one of my biggest concerns is we're not going to have enough food for all these people, but it's also like the middle of summer, late summer. Homies are making hay. Cabbages will be good for us. And you're just working the field because the beans are done. You really don't need to be working the field. There's no weeds here. We're going to get rid of that and we're going to plant something. Turnips? Turnips are not great. Buckwheat, beans, and peas. Buckwheat, beans, buckwheats, and carrots. Turnips are not great. What's the deal with leeks? Require good soil, but a very high food yield and high frost tolerance. Maybe I should just plant more clovers in here just to replenish this for the season. You guys have terrible heat tolerance. You should not be done here in what is literally late summer. I could put you in there instead. It's a bit nuts, but it could work. They can contribute to soil fertility. Best grown in early spring before diseases are most active. Oh, interesting. All right, well then. Maybe I will leave that to that then, and I'll say... Put them in here. Can I fit it into work? I mean, I might as well. Keep the field in good shape at the least. Road gore, grid core. I love my roads. Curve roads I like to watch. The engineer in me hates them and just wants grids. I mean, I love a non-gridded game, personally. Huge fan of non-gridded games. Rotate crop types, reduce weed and rockiness as much as possible. Yeah, it seems like the weed and like the rockiness is, I think it's like once you have that cured, it's done. The weeds, on the other hand, I do believe come back pretty regular. Nice. I can move this over and get better harvests with it. I'd love if I could put another foraging job over here. I guess I could probably build a second forager's shack on this side. I am like a little concerned about our lack of foraging. Because I also need like these willow bushes. Hazelnuts, bird's nest, hawthorns. Nuts, mushrooms, greens. Someone explore down here. Yeah, I think, because this guy is not getting, get out of here, building. You are not getting willow, mushrooms, or medicinal roots. Oh. I don't know that we've seen those anywhere. Mushrooms. Wolf den. Uh-oh. Hawthorns, hazelnuts, mushrooms, deer. Ooh, so there's hunting that could be done over here. We could, oh cool, we could build like a work camp over here and hunt and do forestry on this side of the mountain. Patch of herbs. Are herbs medicinal herbs? No, they are different. Another excavation site. Oh, we have got to get a temple. That's 2 excavation sites we found. Here's medicinal herbs, medicinal roots. Huh. Though it's not actually showing them as collectible. Maybe we'll just do a bit more searching over there, and maybe we'll expand in that direction or something. Oh, we gotta expand it like basically every direction, so. So you guys are creating iron ore. You're gonna need a foundry, but you can't do that yet. The school is 1 clay off. Oh my god, the school just has to be finished building. I think this completes a quest for us as well. Ba, 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 ba. Knowledge generated. Schools provide education which boosts work rate for villagers. Some professions require educated workers. Hell yeah. We're so smart. We are so smart. SMRT. Blacksmith's forge. No, we need the foundry before we can do that, right? That's a foundry. Which requires charcoal. I mean, this seems like the most reasonable spot to put it. 300 planks and requires 1 heavy tool. Oh, I saw those being traded. So we can definitely trade that out. Or trade for that, I should say. Can move blueberry bushes right next to your forager shacks? You can move blueberry bushes? No. You can move the forager shack, but you can't move the bushes. Predators. A wolf. Oh, way over here. Oh, buddy. Oh, I got bad news for you, bucko. You ain't making it out of there.
Need something?
Are you alive? Yeah, look at that. You were. Someone's gonna have to rescue you, but I think this wolf is gonna get hungry again. Only blueberry bushes can be moved. Well, I'll be damned. You know what? Shut me up. You're absolutely right, sir. Rude of me to have suggested otherwise. Let's get all these bushes. And we'll make a beautiful little blueberry patch right here next to the stockyard. Huh. If only blueberry bushes worked like this in real sight. A salvage site. Salvage, very, very good. Shoals of fish. If there's any other blueberry bushes we found, there sure are. Damn, dude, that was an extremely good advice. We are going to be rich in blueberries now. Deep sand. There's more blueberries down here. I'm going to move every one of these bushes. If he died, it would be more housing. This is true. You're not wrong. Does seem like the blueberry bushes are also... I feel like they have like a red glow around them, but that might just be me. There's another deep coal there. Oh, gee whiz. And more deer sighted. Okay, so we actually can hunt. If this is the case. Let's all just hawthorn up that way. All right. All right. Now, this guy should be fine. Villagers require homes to be happy and healthy, do they? And to provide shelter from the elements. As villagers immigrate to your town, you will need to construct more houses to meet the demand. Villagers will automatically inhabit any available living space. If there's no housing available, they will be exposed to the elements and risk damage or even death from the cold. Tower. Yes. Yes! We did it! We killed a wolf. Nine people have arrived. Sorry, dudes. We already have a housing crisis right now. So there are deer and stuff up here. I think I'm going to build a little hunter's cabin. Oh, cool. They can also... It looks like there's like a... They can just trap as well. Yeah, like they have high trapping rates down here. So that must just be for rabbits, maybe? Dude, I didn't know that the hunters had that option. I would have built these guys a long time ago. Oh, well, ça va. You know what? It's probably going to be temporary. I want that deer up there is what I want, and I don't really want them to travel the furthest, so... I'm just going to tuck them right in here. I kind of want them to just like wind up over those hills. Do a little border gore. Blueberry bush deconstruction site feels like a bug. I know, right? When engaged in combat, villagers can sometimes be mortally wounded. I will need a healer's house with an employed healer. Well, I don't think I have one of those. What would you be under? Services? Academy? Conducts the settlement's development of new technologies aimed at improving the lives and security of its denizens and improving future harvesters. A healer's house requires technology. Well, sorry, homie. But I think that wolf got the better view. Dear. Salvage, salvage, salvage. How are we on professions? I have 18 laborers. Okay, we definitely need more jobs. There ain't no do to boot. The houses are up and running, which is delightful. They're moving the blueberries. A villager has died. That's fine. This happens. This is why we own a graveyard. We have required 136 gold ingots, linen coats, hide coats, wood planks, crossbows, tools, and weapons. Hell yeah, brother. Can I? Hunters and guards can use crossbows. I don't have a military, but now I have crossbows, so I might as well turn that on. Like, that seems to me to be the reasonable choice. And then, you know what? I don't really need... What I need is, like, more work camps, honestly. We need more people to toil in the work camps. The good old-fashioned labor camps. More fish. Is there... It's like... I guess if I could build, like, more fishing huts down here might also be good. Because this smokehouse is, like, always not got enough fish. So, like, there's crazy fishing that can happen down here. If I was to build... I could definitely have a fisher here. I guess, like, just one would really be the maximum for these guys. Stick them down here somewhere. Is this the murderous pathing I'm going to make? I think it is. God forgive me. I suppose I could also build more paths down here, which would allow for more fishies. Where are the spots that we can even sneak in a fishing house here? Like that, maybe? I can't even tell where that road ended. Obstructed by road. Do something like that. We'll see how it turns out. Try to put them near the fishing symbol. The problem is that the fishing symbols are all, like, super far away. Like, the shoals of fish have been down there. Do I enjoy Nordland? I did. I tried to revisit it recently because I know it had, like, a bunch of big updates. But I haven't been able to, like, dive back into it fully yet. Oh, yeah. Look at all these blueberry bushes. Blubbery bushes. I wonder if I shouldn't make a root cellar near that guy as well. It's like the foraging root cellar. Mm. Villagers need food. Uh-oh. What do you mean villagers need food? You're telling me they can't just eat rocks and dirt? The middle of winter, and I'm like, there is no food to eat. Perhaps we should prioritize this hunter's cabin then. This could be a tough winter. Shatterhouse hello. Environment looks good. It doesn't feel blocky. Yeah. No, it's visually it's a gorgeous game. Super stunning. Logs. This building's storage is full. Oh, great. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, that's a good thing. If the firewood splitter is completely full of firewood at the beginning of winter, that just seems like we're doing something right. We're also maxed out on arrows. That also feels useful. Meat, pelts, tallow. Ooh, you also make tallow. I guess I could have them hunt wolves as well. Mostly I want those deer. Jump to target. Target building production. This guy will use the arrows, which is really nice. And I'm also reminded I can upgrade this work camp once we start smelting iron, but I guess we need heavy tools for that. So we're not too far off. I hear a lot of wolves who are like, there is a town of starving people over there. I have 5 fish and 65 beans. What happened? What happened here? How did this get so bad so fast? Animal husbandry. More resources gathered per forage source. Foragers and hunters get bigger radius and bigger off-road. I mean, I'm starting to think that's probably what I need right now. Honey and wax and apiaries, better compost production, better capacity for wagons. Increased disease resistance. Yeah, let's go foraging, I guess. And I think what I will have to do is also build another foraging shack. Which, maybe we'll just do down by this fishing hut. We'll have them head up. Yeah, all right. We're getting some food in. It's not a lot. It's a little bit. If those hunters could bring us back some meat, that would be big. I guess also if we have hunters, we're probably going to need a tanner. Cures animal hides acquired from hunting or slaughtering cattle and turns them into coats that will help villagers work outside and survive in cold weather. Coats also provide protection. Cobblers enable villagers to walk faster and avoid injury. The tannery will also give us knowledge. It's also a big stinky poopy building. But that's fine. This is the big stinky poopy district. What was the other one? A cobbler shop? Fletchers, baskets, compost yards. We could also make the basket shop probably down by those other guys. And these cobbling, keebling elves. That's not unreasonable. That seems like it's actually a pretty quiet job as well, so... I guess the basket shop can go there. Eat snow, peasants. Put some aromatic herbs on top. You get slushies, right? Yeah, the food spoilage. We are getting a bit of food spoilage because we don't know how to preserve any of our vegetables. We know how to smoke our meat, which we are doing. We are smoking fish, but everything else seems to go pretty quickly. And I guess there's not really a lot to forage in the winter time, hey? Oh, that was a mild winter, though. Honestly, not that bad. Our work camp is pretty much run out of forests, though, which is also leaving me some concern. I want to upgrade these guys to forestry, but predators are attacking. A wolf? Are you attacking my hunter? On guard. Consider yourself hunted, you nerd. You fell right into my trap, wolf. Stupid wolf. That's what I wanted to have happen. Now, unfortunately, I guess that guy's going to have to heal. Gathering carcass. Ah, so he's got to have to make like multiple trips to come back here for that, I guess. There are still lots of deer around here. Dude, he absolutely just iced that wolf. He was like, I'm going to go back and pick up that wolf carcass. What else shows up? Another wolf. What a bang. You look like you must be a trader. Interesting choice of roads. But sure, whatever gets you into town, I suppose. Maybe we could grow some roads out in various directions so that the town has a bit more of a like natural feel to it. You know, like the inroads into town. The quite literal inroads into town. All right, I'd really like all these fish to be done quickly so that we can actually have food to eat. Mini Dennis, doing very well. Very well. Having a beautiful morning. Raiders are approaching. Oh, I am not prepared for that. I was doing well. I think I might have just lied. I think now I'm not doing so well, and I think we're about to get raided in the springtime. Like, dude... You're showing up when there's nothing even here. At least wait until the farms are planted, you know? Help the food supply and population control. Get a haircut, grab a pie. Delicious, delicious Sweeney Todd food. Tools, shoes, wood. We actually still have some tools. Baskets. Clothing. You'll buy pottery, but for dirt cheap. Flour, bricks, paper. You have horses for sale, but I need a stable for that. Flax crops produce 50% more yield. Yeah, okay. I don't really have anything to sell you, then. You know what I could do is take all of this fish and beans and greens. All that stuff I'm like not, that I don't actually want to be selling, and that is also food supplies. It is very cool. You can hide things in the trading post and they don't spoil. I think. Or maybe they just spoil slowly. Alana, hello, hi. Real high, staying quick before work. Good luck with the work. Enjoy. Bon courage. I missed that. I gotta set up. This camera doesn't show me redeems. Only this camera does, and so everything is a bit of a mess. And Matthew, hello. Thank you for the hydro. Should we be concerned about the missing people in the town? A proponent of canned humans? We have been talking about canning a few humans. How do military clear? Flattened terrain, dirt road, resources, defenses. Barracks. Soldiers are trained and housed in the barracks, which also serves as a defensive structure. Soldiers are needed to deal with more heavily armed attackers and siege rams. Oh man, that's dope as hell. Palisade walls, gates, wide palisade gates. I mean, we have a lookout tower. They are coming from the direction of the lookout tower. So I think the walls are going to be like probably like here, probably on the edge of this cattle burn. You know, obviously I'm thinking about what if I built a castle on this hill? Is that an option? That's a good question. Fortified wall, fortified gate, wide fortified gate, cavalry stable. I could have this be like the edge of my walls, and I could build the barracks up here. That would be kind of sick. The town intends to expand until about here. And then I want this to be farmland. So that's not an unreasonable town. Yeah, I could build the military up on this hill. That would kind of be cool. It's obviously not going to be done before these raiders show up and loot and pillage the place, but cholera. An infection spread through contaminated water that causes violent vomiting and diarrhea. Recovery chances are good if the afflicted with clean water.
Need something?
Do you not have clean water? Dude, you have so much clean water. You are like as close to that well as I can pretty much get you. You're also right next to the rat catcher. These raiders are going through the wolf den. Yikes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 raiders. Intent on stealing and pillaging whatever they can, leaving your settlement vulnerable to future attacks. I mean, technically our hunters have crossbows. When villagers are ready to defend themselves, they may come a time when you need to coordinate the defense efforts more directly. This is possible with drag selecting villagers by holding and then clicking left click. This method of control also works with guards and soldiers recruited at towers or barracks. Unlike villagers who might retreat after their initial target is slain, soldiers will seek out near threats nearby. More than just the heart of town, the town center acts as a formidable defense on its own. When there is an attack, you can press the bell to rally the villagers to seek shelter. When there is no room for all, those that are inside will fire arrows at nearby enemies. This can often be enough to take down lesser threats such as wolves or a grizzly bear, but a town center cannot take on entire raids. Dong, dong, dong. Dong, dong, dong. What if it's a town center with also a guard and some hunters nearby with crossbows? Get them, boys. You're doing pretty well. I would actually argue you're doing extremely well. Who said we couldn't take down a raid with just the town center? The village was raided. Villagers killed, 0. Structures destroyed, 0. Items pillaged, none. Were we raided? I don't think. This sounds like I wasn't raided. Walls and gates are another valuable defensive measure since guards alone might not always be enough. Get wrecked. Get absolutely riggedy wrecked, you dweebs. And stay out of Riverdale. Are you my guard? What are you?
Need something?
You're a hunter, dude. I want you to hunt her. Hunt. Hunt the deadliest game.
On it.
This is sick that you can actually control your villagers as well. Yes. Clay. All right, you're free. You've done good.
Need something?
Waiting for command. Idle. Butchering meat. Dude, that was killer. I think only one guy got out. Leave no survivors. I think it probably helps that we salvaged a few of those crossbows. Dude just takes on 3 wolves as well. Kills a bunch of humans. Walks by a wolf den. Decides on the way home, why don't we walk through 2 wolf dens and just kill a bunch more wolves? This is outrageous. Yeah, you want to get another one? Dude, go for it. Uh-oh. 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 No, but you are literally God. There are 0 wolves left in the wolf den. Uh-oh, but the dysentery... The dysentery is getting kind of bad. Meat is back on the menu. Like to go for town centers, stockpiles, and vaults. Okay. Well, you know, if this is the edge of town as well, we could build a gate up here so that the town center at least has, like, you know, can shoot over the gate. You are selling baskets, tools, planks, clothing, pottery. Oh, yeah, I already talked to you before. You have herbs. Antlers of the Great Spirit. Hunter cabins yield 30% more meat. You have smoked meat, shoes, logs, willow, crude weapons. You're also willing to buy crude weapons for a fair bit. I think we should transfer some of these herbs. I know that we also have dysentery going on right now, but I feel like we could sell a bunch of these for make some decent money. Okay, there's a lot happening here. Impending heat wave. Make sure you have adequate water supply. We will draw more water from wells. Crops might be damaged. Okay, we have traders. And 13 villagers have graduated and now have basic education. Dude, let's go. A villager has died from illness. Well, pooped his heart out. Okay, ironically enough, this forager shack no longer covers any of those blueberries. So I think we'll move them back in. And I guess we'll make blueberries priority. I can give you a 20, so an 120% bonus to your fishing. And then get you at 16 seems to be the best. So that's okay. Sick workers. But we have some more fishing actually happening now. Leave one survivor to be a remainder to other bandits to stay away. Better to burn down raider camps? Oh, so is there going to be like a camp up in the map right now where they came from? I didn't realize if that was the case. Okay, it looks like we have a ton of cabbages and turnips. A decent food. Still really need these cows. Which, you know, easier said than done, it seems to be the case. So you'll buy all of those. New villagers are born. That tannery and that cobbler are both en route. This worksite definitely has like not really a lot left to gather, hey? Maybe I can at least send them up there. Woof. These are all new trees. I guess that's the thing is like the trees do just keep regrowing. Funny thing about trees, they do come back. You guys are making lots of pottery, which I'm very, very happy for. I don't really know what pottery does. I'm assuming it's a luxury good. You're a homestead. You're a homestead. You're a homestead. Look at all these homesteads. That's why my population cap went up so much. It's improving. I need 300 gold and 60 bricks to upgrade the market, which will give me additional workers, additional income, larger work area, increased desirability, reduced food storage, and increased durability. Can I put a second person in here? I feel like that's a good job. Like, I still have 15 laborers. Night soil collector. You guys are just praying. Collecting. Not a lot of compost. Like, I guess there's a part of me that's like, oh, I could just be digging up more ore. A villager has been cured! Look at us. Modern medicine. Truly, we are the most advanced we've ever been. So you're in a bland season. You're in a work season. Fertility is kind of getting poo-poo caca. Also, here is kind of poo-poo caca. How about we plant some clovers? Yeah, see, I really don't need to be working the field this much. Getting the impression I don't really need to be working the fields at all anymore. Maybe like once every 3 seasons just to get rid of some weeds. You have what? Arrows, tools, weapons. Tools are needed to work efficiently at this building. I'm really seeing no reason to ever get rid of that storage cart. I am thinking we do need a barracks. You know what? All these other things need to be built first, though, so I'm gonna, like, cool my jets for a moment. The tannery desperately needs those blocks. Oh, this foraging hut is done. That's good. Blueberries. Or are those hawthorn berries? They're probably hawthorn berries. I think we'll just do that. That seems like there's enough stuff over here. Greens, nuts. Mostly I need this person to gather willows for the basket weavers, so. Which will be my other priority job. Typhoid! Man, we have a lot of diseases going on. I guess we don't have any soap. How is... Like, the Hunters is making tallow, pelts, and meat. Okay, and the smokery is actually smoking meat as well now, too. So lots of fish, lots of meat. Probably the king. Why would everyone be leaving and coming here? Can relocate blueberry bushes. Yeah. We moved a bunch of them right here next to the forager. I don't think we've found any other ones because those are all just hawthorn berries. Another villager has been cured? This guy is just butchering like crazy. Yeah, I guess he brought back all those wolves. Truth be told as well, I could probably move up that a little bit more in case he wanted to get that other wolf group. New villager born. We got room for some more. All my fishing huts are good. I'm feeling good about this. biggest issue right now just seems to be like, can we get some damn rocks? You're really struggling on the rock front. I think we're probably putting a lot into this forge right now. Does seem to be like where the priority of them have gone. Yeah, because we only basically need heavy tools, and then we can start smelting the iron into iron blocks, which will give us access to a bunch of other stuff. I don't even think we can build a barracks until 150 gold, planks, stone. All right, well, maybe that's not so bad. Palisade walls only cost wood. Gates. So, like, we could definitely put a gate on the outside of the old outskirts of town here if we wanted to cut off this area. Wouldn't really be that difficult. I guess we're probably just getting raided from the north right now, though. Yay! We have a stinky old poopy tannery, so now we can start producing codes. We also have knowledge. Oh, I need 3 levels of woodlore to get this? Blah. Paper press. Nursing unlocks healer's house. Base knowledge generation, natural philosophy. Deep wells, better construction speed, defensive barricades, militia, stone battlements, soldier training, military logistics, battlements, citadels, barracks can be upgraded to forts, military monuments, all sorts of weapons, crossbows, spotters, view distance for the town center, and that's not bad. But I don't think we're really that advanced in that. I do feel like maybe a healer's house, not the worst choice. Seeing how much people keep getting sick on me. Also increases desirability. Never a bad thing. Why don't we put it down here next to the school? Seems reasonable. Ish. The basket shop is en route. The cobbler site also only needs 5 more stone, so we'll try to prioritize that. No dysentery. Listen, Terry hasn't done anything wrong except for try to kill a lot of my villagers. And in his defense, they probably should have washed their hands after taking a poop. Did they learn nothing from COVID? 6 months of food lost to spoilage. We got to figure out bread. We need to figure out grain crops. Where are they? Disease resistance, and then we can get grain crops. Oh man, okay, that's a couple of levels. We do have a basket weaver. That's fun. So they'll make all of our foragers better as well. And that cobbler is getting built. So we're going to have some delicious fruit cobbler before we know it. Excellent. Now we can make shoes. And we can make hide coats. Look at us go. Pants. That's the next step, isn't it? Carcasses? Boar carcasses and wolf carcasses. I see. Oh, boars are worth a lot of meat. Can we do anything with that tallow? I wonder. Sawpit, tannery, cobbler shop, compost yard, basket shop. Okay, so we have all the basic resources, the tier 1. Gold mine, coal mines, sand pits, apiaries, potter buildings, weaver buildings, candle shops. I need honey. Soap shop. Soap maker renders tallow and herbs into soap that villagers can use to keep clean and prevent the diseases. Requires firewood, tallow, and herbs. That's all kind of up in this area. Well, when you put it like that, you make a pretty good argument for me to just build a road like here. Would that drive me crazy? I think it might, but I'm going to do it anyway. Hopefully those connect okay. Villagers cured. Love it. All of our villagers are nice and healthy. Do we have a food cellar? Yeah, we have a root cellar down here. We don't have barrels, but I also don't think we make barrels. As your settlement grows and villagers begin to branch out in more specific professions, you might find yourself with a shortage of laborers to perform common tasks such as harvesting and clearing build sites. Profession window is a useful tool to control the number of villagers you have in each occupation. If the number of laborers is red, your town might not have enough laborers to perform all the necessary tasks. I need more laborers. Add more laborers. All right, well, we went from having like too many jobs to now not enough jobs. So I guess the next option is build more houses and have more babies. Yeah, babies everywhere. No, you can't build a little house right there. That would be a really nice spot. That would be a really nice spot for another house. So perhaps this road will be destroyed. And I'll do that. Dirt road, invalid placement. Why invalid placement? Ah, because of all this yellow terrain. I see how it is. And I don't care for it. Perfect. And then I can build a little garden trail here in between these guys' houses, which I thought would be cute. In fact, I can fit 2 garden trails in here. Knowledge generated? Oh, man. All right. So I want to work towards grain, I think, because food still is like my biggest scare. Also, some disease resistance would probably be smart. Yeah, the fertility is kind of sucking. Can we plant clovers here? We're going to do that. We gonna do that. So, like, you don't really have a lot of weed level here. Can we also plant clovers? I don't know how much I'm like overworking my farmers, but we'll figure that out bit by bit. Didn't even know this game was in early access the whole time. I thought it was finished. It just hit 1.0 on yesterday. It was in early access for quite a while, but the 1.0 is new. The cemetery food cellar. The Farthest Frontier is apparently hoping people get really old references. Did I ever try Songs of Six? Yes, I did. We played a couple of runs of it on the channel way back when. They should be on the VOD channel. Profession window, blah, 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 blah. If your builders are red, you probably don't have enough builders. Not enough builders or laborers. Yeah, we definitely need more people. Maintenance and construction tasks are getting more complicated. I need that one heavy tool there for that founder. I guess I'm just not going to build any more jobs right now. Oh, I tell you what we could do is we could actually knock off 2 of these clay miners because we added them in. And that might help us out a little bit. I suppose when it's farming season, there's a lot to be done. Wow, homie's got those houses up in lickety-split timing. Excuse me, does that road not connect? That's... Please, for the love of God, don't do that to me. You'll drive me insane. You can just improve the way all that's done. A new traveling merchant has arrived. Who's interested in buying our iron ore. Also, our pottery. Also, they have heavy tools. So that's enough to get our forage going. Shields, iron, weapon. You also sell iron, which is kind of fun. Soap, coal. Blacksmiths and armories work 20% faster. Guess let's just like reduce this number a little bit. Whoops. Like, I want to bring iron ore here to sell, but I'm also like... I want to turn that iron ore into iron, so... Additional workers storage. Better, more specialized merchants can visit. Increased durability. Still waiting on that dang cow. I don't know what the hell that road thinks it's doing right now, but nowadays you never know if a game is basically finished but still in early access or whatever. Yeah, this one was already so polished when you played it a year ago. Yeah. Now it's just like they've fleshed out the rest. All right, you are straight up out of trees. Right, but once you have iron, I'm gonna have like a permanent forest up here, so that's gonna be less of an issue. Should I just like move this excavation site? It's a bit of a distance, but perhaps that's the way to do it. I'm gonna build these insane roads all over the place and drive everybody crazy. That's my goal. That's my goal in life. Drive everyone nuts. If you could transfer like 15 gold out so we could at least get that healer's house up and running, I feel like that would be a good idea. Here comes another merchant. Maybe they have cows? Question mark. You're missing coal. That's right. We have all these deep mines, but what we don't have is regular mines. So I actually need a charcoal kiln. Oh, 50 stone. So be it. Constructed by building. Oh, I see. Yeah, I'll just do that. Trying to figure out how to set this area up properly. Actually, you know what? Just, we're going to delete that road. Because it doesn't look very good. And we'll delete that road. I think I'll do that. A new traveling merchant has arrived. Bedler the peddler. He's got coats. He's got linen. He's got clay. He's got flour, bricks, and grain. He wants stone, sand, and wood planks. Yeah, homie, I don't really have a lot to sell you. 18 villagers have graduated. That's fantastic. Should I ask him for cows? I still so desperately need cows. I mean, I know I need 1,000 gold for cows, so... We're gonna go one more disease resistance. We can get grain crops next. So that'll be our next step. That'll really help us out in the winters, and I think we're gonna like struggle to survive a lot of winters if we don't have that. So this looks like another trader maybe coming in too. Yippee-ki-yay. Look at all these houses upgrading. Shelters, upgrade, 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 upgrade. Everyone's really happy about the healer's house. We currently don't have a job because I guess we didn't have any money. 24 and 12. 36? We got like 41 into town storage? And then maybe we turn you back on? How much do you cost to run? New villagers born. New villagers immigrated. Sorry, what is your, like, regular expense? 25 gold a month? Jiminy crickets. This guy's willing to buy a lot of pottery, but it's going to be hard to get there. Siberian! Thank you for the raid on in, dude. Come on in. Depending on when in the process of development it happened, it's crazy, but it would explain so much. After a vacation, one of the senior staff designers threw out most of the game and restarted it. For Civ 7? Oh. It's all hearsay, so the only people who know are the devs, and they're all under NDA. Wow, okay, okay, okay. Has anyone been selling chickens? No, and we could probably get chickens for a lot cheaper, and that would also probably help our money problems, so... How good is the game compared to something like Foundation, the city builder? I haven't played Foundation. Obviously, this game reminds me a lot of Banished. It's got a very Banished vibe to it, and I say that with, like, great love, because I do love Banished. This guy is willing to buy smoked meat for a good price. He's also willing to buy wood for a good price. And he has goats for sale. Interesting. Very interesting. Obviously, like, we don't have a lot of wood, but I have a decent bit of smoked meat right now. I'm actually going to give you like 50 smoked meat. Item is being stocked. Keep in stock off. What does keep in stock mean? Maintain current amount in trading post storage. Now, does that mean I will also purchase it? I don't think so. But we can sell off some of our food. We have a lot of months of food right now, so... Siberian, how we doing, dude? Welcome on in. Speaking of chicken, saw gameplay of that duck off game. Looks surprisingly good. I'm curious. I mean, I think like Arc Raiders is the real sort of forefront winner right now in the escape from genre. What am I looking here for? Chickens. Arborists. Goat burn. How expensive are these? Woodstone planks. Woodstone planks. They're actually like pretty gosh dang cheap. My biggest concern is like if they are grazing in the fields, will they just eat all the vegetables? Frankly, there's only one real way to figure that out. Well, that didn't work. Kind of just want to run a road here. Maybe like that. Could plant some stuff in that corner if we wanted. All right, so that's chicken coops and goat burns. Honestly, if we could get that goat barn built quickly, we might even be able to buy a goat off of this guy. A lot of stuff being built right now. A lot of upgrades going on. So we'll have to see. Playing a bit of super mech mining. Got to the point where the devs are starting updates to keep up with you. Nice, nice. Did a little power wash too. Ooh. Are you power washing like Lehman Rust tanks from Warhammer? This guy's gonna get killed. Work camp laborers. Where is these wolf pests attacking us from? Do I need to send hunters over there? Ooh. That dude just didn't get wounded. That dude got straight up eaten. That wolf is having a snack. Where is this dude? Can you do that for me? Oh, you totally can. I love that that is an option. Rep. Just absolutely dumpsters that wolf with a crossbow. Perfect. More food. Food for the food gods. Shoals of fish. Ooh, more lakes over there. Everybody's healing up. Okay. I assume someone will grab that deceased villager and put him in the graveyard eventually. Villager stricken with a fractured bone. There. Oh, probably because of working in the clay camps. So he goes to the healer's house, but the healer's house has no money. So it can't actually operate properly, it seems. That's all right. Fractured bone's not going to kill him. He says, unsure if that's the case. 50 bricks would upgrade you to additional workers. Item recipes. Ooh. And production speed. So, can we make bricks? A brickery? Armory, forge, foundry, paper mill, furniture, brewery, brickyard. Also needs charcoal. So what does this need? 200 population and 20 homesteads. 200 population is not a small amount. We're halfway. Well, we have cap for halfway. I guess it'll all take a bit of time. You're out of pelts. You're out of coal and gold ore. Oh, that's pretty cool. If you have gold ore, you can just make gold. No, I guess let's keep that priority going. The rocks, man. The rocks. Harvest. Harvest. I know we don't have a lot of laborers. We don't have a lot of, like, we're missing a lot of jobs right now, so. A lot of hurry up and waiting. Power washing 2, a great addition to the dad game genre. Yep, yep. I mean, I played a lot of, like, gas station simulator, and that, a big part of that was the power washing. Cleaned a van, a toilet, a campsite. Started on a weird-looking facility. Just cleaning up those black rock sites. Oh, yeah. Look at all these roads. We're growing. We're getting bougie up in here. Oh, cool. So when the houses upgrade to homesteads, they also start generating taxes. And as we have pottery as a luxury good, we also start making money from that. Unfortunately, the healer's house is extremely expensive to upkeep. Which I don't love. But what are you going to do about it? We're just stuck with that as a cost for right now. I mean, it caused desirability to go up so much that it's probably basically going to pay for itself just in the taxes it'll create. You need bricks, ingots, and gold planks to upgrade the market. Okay. I think once this upgrades, it also increases its radius, so I could probably have houses along the shore. But I don't actually think I can do that. It's a bit of a shame. I probably should have put the market a bit more over, but yeah, you know, it's going to take a long time for that to upgrade anyway. Leave it without a worker until it's needed. Selling snake oil. I guess even without a worker, it still adds desirability. Tallow, pelts. Oh, nice. Okay, so we're also making soap, finally. I really need, like, a second hunter is what I do very well off of. Typhoid, okay. Thought there were deer over here, but maybe they moved. Maybe I'm thinking of those deer. Oh dear. $23 gold a month. That would be much, much better for us. Come on, guys. 13 work. That guy, I think, with the goats. Oh no, he's already gone. Well, at least we have all the farms. Can I let multiple animals graze in the same area? That's gonna be a question. 23 gold, big money. Any advice for someone who has not played since 9.1? I mean, I haven't played since the, like, very, very, very first early access. I would say my biggest advice is, like, make sure you have a smokehouse up and running, because no matter what you farm, a lot of your farmed vegetables will just spoil over the winter. So having a smokehouse, having fish, having hunters. Remember that you can move work areas. And also, the greatest advice I got today is that blueberry bushes can be replanted. So if you find a bunch of blueberry bushes, do some exploring, find some blueberry bushes. Exploring is really good because you also find salvage sites, and they contain extremely good equipment that will keep you alive for quite a while. So 10 out of 10 would recommend that. Okay, charcoal sites at 6. Once the charcoal's up, the foundry's up. Once the foundry's up, we have iron. Once we have iron... Question mark? Do we have grain? No. That's the next tech. Guess we could build the vault. Academy. The festival pole. Entertain villagers or happy villagers. Temple is extremely expensive. I'm not building that until we get some cows. A festival pole next to the market would obviously make a lot of sense, so we'll probably leave that for that. Though a temple would also fit in really well right there. Cholera? Seeking shelter, seeking tools. Ah, goddamn winter, man. Goddamn winter, man. I think we seem to be having an excess of clay, so if we could make more pottery, I think that would be very valuable for us. Logs. Labor count is critically low. 7? That doesn't seem that low. But okay, noted. We'll let the population add up. I'm not really adding any more jobs right now, so. Half pint, hello. How does the game seem? I played a long time ago, but it got kind of boring after a while. Right now, it seems like a pretty good city builder. We've been hit by bandits once. We managed to drive them off thanks to our crossbows. That we found a bunch of crossbows in like another wagon out in the world, and so we were able to equip our hunters and our guards with crossbows, and I think that really helped us out. At least that's the vibe I'm getting. Ah, that's right. If we get iron, we can build a work camp. Crops lost to disease. Dude, it's literally the beginning of the year. We're already getting beaned. Turnips are a terrible choice. Why are we planting turnips? Flax. Oh. You know what? That might actually be where we should do our yearly, tri-yearly work on the fields. I don't know how all that hay is going to work, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay. We are officially making iron. So I just said with that iron, we can build. He's already forgotten, hasn't he? I mean, I could build the barracks soon. I can build the vault. Your village is low on builders. I mean, I guess we just gotta wait for population to really come back up right now. An arborist will work at the building and maintain and harvest fruit trees nearby. So this is all really good fertility here and here. This is all pretty good fertility here as well. I guess I could... An arborist on the outside of town, I think would kind of make some sense. You know, like if this ends up being a gate out here, and this ends up being all fruit trees, and my wall sort of comes along here. I do rather like that as a vibe. That would probably be good for this, like, foraging hut, too. Because this is a little peninsula, I kind of think that, like, the wall might just come right down to here. Or, like, wrap around a little bit. And this will all be, like, grazing fields. I think that's probably what's going to happen. What do you got for me, Johnny on the spot? Oh my god, this guy wants to buy smoked fish. Finally, somebody wants to buy my smoked fish. He also wants to buy iron for a good price. I will sell you, like, 150 smoked fish. I will also sell you, like, at least 20 iron. Because apparently I have that. The iron ore I will keep. The pottery I will sell you. The shoes and stuff, we don't really have a lot of shoes, so I'm going to hold on to that for right now. Everything else we're using. Get turnip juice, banishing the evil lemon tree. Mess with you is the farms. Do I really need to spend the first year weeding? I would make 4 plots and rotate them to fix the soil normally. I mean, I guess, yeah, that's a question. You could just fallow your fields. I mean, it seems like building clover is the answer to fallowing, you know? You don't really fallow, you just kind of clover the fields at these points. You could certainly do some decent crop rotation. You know, we have three fields, 3 years, and that's sort of the idea that I'm working to run with, but still need to de-weed and de-rock the farms at the start, but the farming seems a lot more forgiving with the same mechanics. Yeah, it seems like once you've done the de-weeding and de-rocking, you rarely need to go back in and de-weed. You don't need to de-rock, because I guess, like, the rocks don't regrow, so 1 or 2 times trying to make sure you got the right info. And you can still plant. Like, I still got harvests in those first years, and 1 field, I mean, we're doing 10 by 5s, but 1 field produced more beans than I could eat. So even with like 60% weeds in them, so. Yeah, she's buying iron. That's, yeah. So we're gonna sell off some of that there too. Which I think should work pretty well for us. I forgot to sell all that smoked meat to the last guy. Alright, well, if that's the case, that's gonna go back in storage. What are you gonna do? Trying to save up money for these cows. Chickens! You get a grazing area. Yeah, so I think probably I'm gonna have, like, the chickens grazing up here. I'm actually probably gonna move the cow grazing, like, over here. You know, actually, it seems like the cows and the goats could probably share, and then the chickens can just exist in the this little patch here behind. That might work out okay for us. We'll give it a shot regardless. She wants to smell smoked fish, not buy. They'll do basically either. So if it's above this line, then they will buy or sell. And it says basically, like, green things mean they will trade this commodity at a far above average price for double green. So, like, oh, no, you might be right. Oh, I see. I see. She's buying or selling pottery. She's buying all of these things, and then she's selling all of these things. Guys, when you're right, and you are right. I misunderstood. A building is on fire. We might need some more wells. Well. I've another house there, so I don't really want to well that. Yeah, you know what? They're okay right now. It's just the school. The children can put that out. I gotta do something all day. Gonna lurk for a bit. Dog has to go out. Nice. Learn that the hunting area has to be over the spot of the animal body or they won't harvest it. Kind of crazy, but you get it. Oh, I wonder whether or not we lost some of those wolf carcasses then because of that. I don't know that they were covering it. You can also manually select your hunter and tell him to go grab a carcass. Because, like, we were attacked by a wolf over here, and we just had our guy go out and manually do it. A new merchant has arrived. You've got baskets. Tiskets and taskets. You've got mostly food. Beer? Tempting. Very tempting. I feel like our cobblers are just not making shoes. Perhaps it's just that we're, like, eating them up too quickly. All right. I do feel like education is going pretty well right now. How do we tell... How do we tell, like, how educated our villagers are? Is that in the town center? Overall happiness is 91. People seem pretty happy. A lot of people are idle, but most people are working. Everybody has pretty much all of their needs. For the most part. Villagers are all wearing shoes. They're all dressed. They're not concerned about beer or luxury. Honestly, they're pretty happy across the board. We don't have a military company. Crops on crops on crops. Everybody has crossbows. Where do we see education? That's a great question. I would have figured it was like under school.
Need anything?
Like, we can see if people are educated, but... Wolves are scared of humans and would run away from them unless they were desperate, but not sure of the cows. I mean, these are also old-timey wolves, so who knows if they're scared in the same ways. Buckets of firewood. Buckets and buckets of firewood. Right, you guys are making charcoal based on that. All right. We're cooking. You're making trees. So. That's what I wanted the iron for. The work camp. Which also needs bricks. God damn it. Clay, planks, and 3,000 gold. Wow. So we can't get that until we hit tier 3. Unless somebody is selling bricks. Which is probably what we should look for. Because if I could get replenishing trees, especially around here... You know, this place grows trees naturally, which is really nice. And I would like to maintain that as much as possible. Yeah, because those guys are having to work pretty far. Not crazy far, but pretty far. Sure, the fodder quality is 90%. Why not, right? Cows have guns, fox guarding the hen house, and damn, got nothing sheep related. Eat your fodder, people. I am a bit curious because, like, we have been making hay, and I don't know where that is being stored. Or if it's just, like, going bad every year. Now, that's interesting. That's actually kind of far away from any water, any wells. There's a well there and a well there. Certainly the animals are going to need water. Oh my god, not the compost yard. I just saw that was at like 95% full. There's a ton of compost here. We are auto composting the lowest fertility, smallest field. You have like... No. You have 500 of this in storage. Obviously, like, I'm wondering, is he actually composting, right? Like, is he actually putting this stuff on the fields? Y'all are making pottery and doing a real good job. Having some water nearby would also be good for you. Would make your life a little bit easier. It's pretty equidistant in walk, but not too bad. Bricking around and give me the bricks, right? Well. 3 holes in the ground. Wolf has been applied to go undercover as a sheep in order to protect them. That burning poop smell is going to stay around a while. Yeah, I was really curious. This looks like it was like 95% collected, and then it lit on fire and went down to 19. So I'm a little worried about that. Okay, so he's got 600 waste in storage here. Guys! Why is everything blowing up constantly? This is an outrageous amount of fires. Clearly, I need some sort of fighters of fire. I could build this barracks. You know, I'm realizing if I build this on this hill, it's not going to hit anything. It also does not change desirability. How much are these towers? $50. That's a really good spot for this lookout tower. So again, I don't really know if it's like enough for them. I don't really want like my cattle being attacked by wolves. Like I'd like them being guarded. Orchards and arborists. In order to gather fruit, an arborist needs fruit trees to be planted within its work area. To get started, select a fruit to plant from the window and begin placing trees. Note that trees grown at an arborist have different growing requirements from crops, have their own fertility overlay that's automatically shown when planting a fruit tree. Planting your trees in fertile areas will ensure a longer harvest. September to October, June to August, September to October. Peach trees, apple trees, and pear trees. Those are apple trees. Peach trees. Pear trees. I mean, these are all extremely fertile areas. 3 by 3. Literally 100% fertility. Is that an outrageous amount of trees to plant? Definitely I want 2 people working here. I hope it's okay for them to graze around the fruit trees, because like that seems like a good job for, you know, cows eating all the fruit that falls off the trees. We don't want to eat that fruit anyway. Love arborists and apiaries. Oh yeah, apiaries as well is something I wanted to build. because then we can get honey bunnies. Where are the apiaries? You under resources? Beehives, which harvesters can are more effective near shelters, gardens, farms, and orchards. Oh, they're tiny. Honey bonus. Honey bunny bonus. Whoa, that's perfect. Let's put it right there. Wow, they're also really good just around these shelters. Would this not mean there's a lot of angry bees around? You know what? What's a little angry bees between friends? You're obstructed by a road. You're obstructed by a building, so you're another perfect little spot for a honey bunny to go. That's 3 honeybees, which will give us honey and honeycombs. I can then use honey to make candles at a candle shop. Oof, candle shop is a little bit bigger than I expected. I mean, I could put that right there. Doesn't seem the most unreasonable. What do you use, candle shop? Honey and firewood. So, I mean, all the firewood is up here. So I think maybe you'd be better snuck right in there instead. There's another piece of knowledge. Oh my god. We can grow wheat. Which means we can make windmills and we can make bread. Windmills, of course, tank desirability. Naturally. They also take 250 flax and a piece of heavy machinery. So, you're making leeks. You're working the fields, which you don't need to be doing. You're planting cabbage. Can we, like, switch the two of you, maybe? Knock that off. Oh, I can also make rye now as well. Flax is resilient but requires adequate soil fertility. All right, so why don't we do that and then we'll flax later in the season. 288. Oh, it's terrible, terrible soil quality for it, but I should start considering making like sandy fields and clay fields. Because I think that's a bit of an issue we're going to start having. Having a supply of fresh fruit is going to be really good, though. I'm happy for that. Put it in your houses as well. The homes have flowers. Peasants are going to get stunned, but it's worth it for the honey. Work circle for the arborist is around the trees you planted because they will only harvest what's in the circle. Oh, really? Oh, so they can only do like that much. So all of these guys probably aren't worth planting. Yeah. Guess I didn't really realize that. feel like they'll get the ones here in the middle, but not the ones on the outside. You know what? Let's let them plant anyway. It's not going to kill them to have a couple extra trees around. It's a little foolish that this is a circle, but yeah. What are you going to do? We can fill in with some extra pear trees around like the bottom and top here probably. Looks like it has to be the center goes over it, so I also think that this one and that one won't work either. That they would fit in there. Your laborer count is critically low. I have 7 laborers. Critically low seems a bit much. I mean, sure, did I make a bunch of honey bumblebees? Yes. But did they require any upkeep? No. They just require laborers, I guess. Looking for a place I have to pick between close to boars or raiders or wolves. It's like no spot that's safe. Boars are good. Yeah, boars give you good food. Wouldn't complain too much about having a couple of big pigs. When I'm picking harvest, if I have bushes picked, will they cut down the berry bushes? No, they'll just harvest from them. They'll harvest and they'll come back. Basically, the only way that these bushes get destroyed is if you build on top of them. Otherwise, they will regenerate, as far as I'm aware, every year. Yearly taxes collected. Hear ye yearly. Realize I guess all these herbs are going to get... Herbs and greens are going to get knocked out. But then I guess I could just move up here and pick up this hawthorn as well. Really, I'd like to be out here with these medicinal roots. It's okay. Some nice orchards coming. Gotta get in your basket weaving. Yeah, if you guys could focus on willow, I think that's the top priority in this location. Because willow equals baskets. Baskets equal better foraging for everybody. Tell me you got cows. You are buying my pottery, which I'm happy to see. Got like 500 gold here. You have crossbows. No, you want crossbows. You have goats. And I can buy one. One goat, please. Select a burn for your goat. Goat burn. Population of livestock. Higher population means more livestock each year. Overpopulation and poor health leads to reduced births. Increasing the number of herders leads to increased birth. Feed stores, 0 out of 16. Stocking livestock feed. Yes, all that hay we've bought. Now, one predator has been killed. This predator has not been killed. Wolf. Where's my hunter? Oh no, dude. Just kill it. Yes! You're a god. Alright, we got raiders. Raiders from 2 sides. Oh, you know when I said I should have built a tower down here? It turns out I was right. I should have built a tower down here. Though... Oh, actually, they're coming from down here. Huh. I stand by my decision that there should be a lookout tower here. And I guess this would be a good spot for a lookout tower here. I mean, definitely there's like not a lot of being able to get over that coast that they can do, but we're gonna have to give that a shot. So these guys are getting food for the livestock. I guess the thing is like, unless I have 2 goats, I probably can't make more goats, right? That's how that works. You need 2 goats to make more goats. I don't think that's going to be enough money, though. Well, 1 goat is better than no goat. They are going to loot and pillage my storehouse. I'm really worried about this because all my weapons and crossbows and stuff are down here. Should have prepped for this better. First try it. Look for a place. Yeah. When is appear? Not appear? When it's apparent? That's my best guess. All right, we better dong this bell. I mean, I guess the bright side is they won't get all my gold. All my hay is in here. All my iron is in here. Damn, dude. I really hope they don't steal those crossbows. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Does it show how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So it's a bigger crowd this time. That's for darn tootin'. This is kind of a nice angle. Hunter?
Hello
Oh,
there.
dude, you got to get out of there. You can't just be standing there. New traveling merchant has arrived. Oh, they're going after the trading post, which does actually have a bunch of gold in it. More importantly, there's a bunch of traders in it. I need another heavy tools. 473 for a heavy tool? That seems a bit... Is that not a bit excessive? I mean, I respect that it's above average, but... Alright, at least the town hall has, like, absolutely gutted these dweebs. Oh my god, they stole so much. 25 bows! Linen clothes, hide coats, iron, tools, a bunch of arrows, and a weapon, as well as some pottery and 118 gold ingots. Damn, dude. Like, if I bring this guy down here as the hunter, can he potentially kill anybody? No, you don't even have that moved over. Damn. Like, maybe I should have got more of our homies. Just like villagers. I don't think I get anything back here if I killed these guys. When it's a pair, not a pair. When it's single. All right, touche. Build a fort to protect? I mean, we got to build some walls and stuff for sure. I didn't think they would have ever come through this little passageway, which is why I was like, we should be safe here. So, palisade walls, palisade gates. Wide palisade gates. Okay, we can build them down to the water. So the gates are allowed to go deep. Which I greatly appreciate. So at least this lookout tower will be able to shoot anybody at those gates. Mostly. All these fruit trees are blocking a wall here if I wanted to wall any of that. But I guess I was going to wall over here anyway, so. Woof. Alright, you definitely give me a good argument to be making. Goats are not known to be able of parthenogenesis. Well, I don't see why not. It feels like they should be able to. Can I sneak in the barracks here by chance? No. Like, I could put it right down here by the graveyard, but this is, like, also good housing location, so I don't super want to do that. We talked about building it all up in this area, and I think I'm still going to go for that. I don't want to obstruct that deep mine of coal. Right, like the idea was I was going to build a wall out to here, kind of wall up this hill. And then maybe... I don't think I'm going to go all the way to that lake. I tell you what, we could put the barracks here. I don't know that they can climb over the steep slope here. So I do kind of like the idea of the barracks being like up on this hillside. It's also like a little bit out of town, which feels cool. To me, that's a good vibe. Like that there's a raid mechanic, but you should be able to get the option to raid other people. That could be pretty cool. Chantonat? That would be pretty cool. Well, we didn't get raided like last year at all, so to get hit this year is it's not the end of the world. And I guess at least we have milk now, too. We should consider adding in some more huses. So I think I'm gonna just drag a few more of them in here. Like, we need to get up to 200. And even though we don't necessarily have the supplies for that right now, I'm getting worried about food. What's this guy's problem? You're a guard who's seeking weapons. And now you are garrisoning in your new lookout tower. Excellent. Upgrade bonus. Increased durability. Stone walls. Right, yeah, I guess, like, if the guard tower is there, being able to get... having this have a palisade means at least there's a bit of time for the guards to get across town. It's probably the more important spot to be, so... When is a book not a book? Truly the worst so far. Should hold off till the break. You never know when Half Pint of Reichling comes up with something worse. 9 people will take them. Reach 100 population in a single settlement. This building has not been paid. We're not making enough money for all of these guards. Not yet. I do think we need to actually start working on better decorations. In general. $800 gold for a large park. Are you out of your goddamn mind? I can't afford that. %1 desirability here. Okay, gardens add a decent bit of desirability. What about small gardens? The bees will also like this, is what I'm thinking about. Here is room for a little garden trail. We could also slip in. It's crazy that the plaza doesn't increase desirability. That's a bit disappointing. Oh, medium plaza does, though. What if I took out all of those roads? Alright, that's good stuff for you. I just put in like a medium plaza here. Or even like there or there. That could be nice. I've been talking about plazaing this whole area, so... Why don't we get rid of this? Oh, I can relocate you. Relocate you there. And then I can medium plaza here if I get rid of this road. Excellent. Because I want this whole area around the shrine leading into the market to be just to be plaza. Because I think it will look cool. And also because I don't think that like roads matter for movement all that much. Like it speeds people up a little bit, but they'll still walk through plazas, so. When a book is not a book, when it's walking sedately. I don't know that I get that one. All your puns are glory personified. Sure, chat. Getting timed out, right? It happens. We'll take these new immigrants. Why not? Again, we have a lot of food storage. A lot of it's going bad. We have an insane amount of greens. Is that for real? Are we like doubled up on greens? Flax, greens. I guess leeks must count as greens. The root cellar is full. Oh, well, that might be something. Wheat and other grains also makes it difficult for rats and pests to steal food. Is this a crazy place to put the granary? It is like kind of far away from stuff. I could relocate the smokehouse here. And then build the granary there. And then at least it's like close by to everything else. We definitely need another root cellar. So I'm going to put it up here next to all these blueberry bushes because that frankly is just like the perfect spot for that to be. And yeah, that shouldn't take them too long. And then we'll put a little granary right there. There's actually room for a second one right next to it as well, so that's pretty good. From starving to having 100 people, settlement's doing pretty good. I know. We're getting there. 114, we got a bunch of new houses coming in as well. Right now, our biggest issue is, surprise, surprise, trees. Mostly because the work camp is having to go pretty far to get their work. All these trees are still regrowing, so it's kind of nuts, but I'm just going to keep moving that work camp further and further out. For right now. I know we're low on builders. I also know that these wolves ain't jack. They ain't diddly. They ain't butkus, squat, squadoodles. Also, this guy seems to be a little bit delayed in actually smoking all the meat. Like, we have quite a bit of fish and quite a bit of meat that's not been smoked. But the greens are my big concern. Mushrooms, greens, root vegetables, and beans. I guess that's a big problem is, like, we don't really... Yeah, we should try to make one of these soils more clay so that we can grow better root vegetables in it. Because I think having one farm set for, like, you know, basically more winter, more root vegetables would really help us survive in the wintertime. I tell you what, you know, we just got raided. We just hit 100 population. Why don't we cut this first video here today? Because I feel like that's a good spot for it. You know what? We'll make a new save. Santaza 2. And we'll leave it at that. And we'll come back in another one and continue on. Until then.